Hello and welcome to Movie Recap. When an injury ends Stuart Long's amateur boxing career, he moves to Los Angeles to find money and fame. While struggling to make ends meet as a supermarket clerk, he meets Carmen, a Sunday school teacher, who seems immune to his bad boy charm. To impress her, the longtime agnostic begins attending church services. However, a motorcycle accident causes him to wonder if he can use his second chance to help others, leading him to the unexpected realization that he is meant to be a Catholic priest. Today we'll recap the story of the 2022 movie Father Stu. Mark Wahlberg plays the role of a former boxer who has transitioned into a Catholic priest and is afflicted with inclusion body myositis. An amateur boxer from Helena, Montana named Stuart Long has a strained connection with both his mother and his alcoholic father. Long is known for his nasty mouth. His older brother Stephen passed away when he was just 6 years old, which caused a gap in the family as well as hostility in the direction of religion on part of his parents. He relocates to South Carolina in an effort to establish himself as an actor and takes a job in a grocery store in the region with the expectation of making connections in the acting world. He is arrested for driving under the influence of alcohol and then makes an effort to steal his father's truck in order to get to the audition on time. While he's working in the store, he has a chance to encounter a woman named Carmen. He follows her to a nearby Catholic parish where he discovers that she volunteers her time teaching Sunday school. Carmen pushes back against his attempts and tells him that she would not even think about dating him if he were to get baptized first. Stu gives in and enrolls in the RCIA program at the parish. While there, he becomes friends with fellow parishioners Ham and Jacob, but the latter views him with disdain. Both Ham and Jacob are planning to attend the same religious school. Stu begins dating Carmen shortly after being baptized in the church, and he eventually meets her family when they all become acquainted. After Stu gets cast as an actor in an infomercial, he experiences some disappointment and goes back to the pub one night. While there, he meets a mystery man who offers him some guidance and advises him not to drive home. Stu chooses to disregard the warning and drives drunk while on his motorcycle, causing him to collide with a car, be thrown from the motorcycle and then be struck and killed by a second vehicle. After suffering severe injuries, he begins to lose consciousness and gets a vision of the Blessed Mother, who tells him that his sacrifice will not be in vain even if he passes away. Stu makes a miraculous recovery in spite of the doctor's pessimistic prognosis after being taken to the hospital by emergency medical technicians. His father pays a visit and attempts to re-establish touch despite the fact that the relationship is still in an agitated state. Carmen pays Stu a visit while he is convalescing at home, and the two of them engage in sexual activity, despite the fact that she had earlier stated that she would not do so before getting married. This results in tremendous remorse for both of them. Stu comes clean about the transgression, and he starts working on changing his life to become the man that Mary asked him to be. He had a sense that he was being called to the priesthood, and after engaging in prayer and reflection, he made the decision to attend seminary. When Stu discloses his scheme to Carmen, she, along with Stu's mother and father, makes several futile attempts to dissuade him from carrying it through. Stu submits an application to attend the seminary but first is denied admission. However, Stu is granted admission after making an in-person appeal to the rector. At this moment, Ham and Jacob are also studying at the religious establishment. Jacob is a trustworthy buddy, whereas Ham can be seen as more of a competitor. Stu falls down while playing basketball with his fellow students at the seminary one day and is unable to get back up on his own. The outlook is not good for him as he's been given a diagnosis of inclusion body myositis, a rare muscular disease that is very similar to Lou Gehrig's disease, and this disease does not have a treatment and does not generally affect young people like him. Stu is upset with God at first, but later comes to realize that his suffering is a gift from God that brings him closer to Christ's suffering. Despite the many challenges he has, Stu was able to complete his education at the seminary. Carmen, who is now engaged to another man, pays him a visit at the seminary and shows her support for his decision to become a priest. After a period of time has passed, he started having trouble using his hands. Stu is informed by the rector that he is unable to be ordained due to the fact that he is unable to participate in the sacraments of the Catholic Church. As Stu's muscle mass continues to deteriorate, his weight continues to climb and he loses the capacity to live independently. He moves back with his parents in Montana, where they provide care for him. Meanwhile, his father goes to Alcoholics Anonymous, where he discloses in group therapy that he feels somewhat responsible for his son's illness due to the fact that he neglected and was absent from his son's life. The congregation of Stu and Carmen's church in California submits a petition to the Diocese of Helena, requesting that Stu be consecrated as a priest. The bishop of the diocese grants the petition, and Stu is ordained from Montana with Carmen, Ham, and his parents there. When Father Stu first begins his ministry in Montana, he doesn't waste any time getting to know the locals. Later on, he is confined to a skilled nursing home, but he's able to continue his ministry from there, and people come from all around to see him every day. Jacob pays him a visit there during confession and tells him that he never considered himself capable of being a priest, and that the only reason he sought to become one was to make his father happy. Father Stu reassures him that there are other ways to serve God, and it does not need to feel coerced into doing something that he's not meant to do. Father Stu also tells him that there are other people who can serve God. After all is over, Jacob expresses his gratitude to Father Stu and bids him farewell, knowing that this was their final encounter. At the age of 50, Father Stu passed away. Final credits feature a montage of Stu's true life, beginning with his childhood and continuing through his troubled adolescence and adulthood to his time spent in the seminary and as a priest. The film contains language that is exceptionally strong for a faith-based picture. Mark Wahlberg has stated that he was initially barred from filming a sequence in a church due to the fact that the scenario used filthy language. However, Wahlberg defended the use of language as a way of emphasizing the contrast between his pre- and after-conversion lifestyles, and the film was commended by many Catholic leaders such as Bishop George Leo Thomas, who ordained Father Stu. Wahlberg also defended the use of language as a way of emphasizing the contrast between his pre- and post-conversion lifestyles. Wahlberg saw a sneak peek of the movie at Carroll College in Helena, where Father Stu went to school and where he went to work as a campus minister after he graduated. On April 5, 2022, the movie was shown for the first time at a Cinemark theater in Helena, Montana. On April 13, 2022, in the middle of Holy Week, Father Stu was finally made available to the public in the United States. The movie was met with a mixture of positive and negative reviews from critics, and it made $21.6 million worldwide against a production budget of $4 million. That's all for today. Hope you all liked our video. So don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to see more of our incredible videos. Looking forward to seeing you in the next one.